Welcome back, students. In the last class, we have completed first two topics, that is signal reflections in flat and hilly terrain, and second one, effect of human-made structures. Okay. Anyway, in this video lecture, we will complete phase difference between direct and reflected paths. Okay, straight line, path loss, slope, general formula for mobile, and propagation over flat and open area. Okay. I mean over water and flat open area. Okay. Propagation over water and propagation over flat open area. And these four topics, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, these four topics we will try to complete. Okay, anyway, all these parts, four topics consists of formulas, okay, or some derivative part, okay, which we are not going to derive anything, but the already derived from formulas we are going to represent. That's it. Okay, so we have to remember these things. So, phase difference between direct and reflected part. Okay. We have already have a brief idea about this figure. Okay, these are cell site tower, okay, or the cell site antenna. Okay, the car is moving away from the antenna. And the one is the direct wave receiving towards the mobile unit of the car to the mobile unit antenna. One is the direct wave, and other one is the reflected wave. Okay, with respect to the mobile unit antenna. And the height of the antenna of the mobile unit antenna is h2. So here h1 minus h2 is given here with respect to direct wave, and h1 plus h2 with respect to the height of, considering the height of the antenna, that is h1 plus h2. Okay. So based on the direct path and ground reflected path, the equation indicates a two-wave model. Two-wave means one is the direct path and is the indirect path, okay, or the reflected path. Two-wave model which is used to understand the path loss phenomena in a mobile radio neuron, right? So it is given by, I have to remember these things, that is PR, P suffix R equal to P naught 1 by 4 pi d by lambda whole square mod of 1 plus AV e power j delta phi mod square, right? So where AV is the reflection coefficient, delta phi is the phase difference between the direct path and the reflected path, P naught is the transmitted power, D is the distance, lambda is the wave. Okay. So by analyzing this figure shown on the slide, okay, we have to remember the formula. Okay, we have not derived the formula. We are representing the formulas already derived, okay, with respect to the analysis. So this is also the same thing. Okay, same thing applied for the four topics. We are not going to derive any formula here. We are representing the already derived formulas, and we are telling what is the transmitted power, what is the received power, what is the reflection coefficient, like that, etc. So in a mobile radio environment, AV equal to minus 1, that is nothing but reflection coefficient because of small incident angle of the ground wave caused by a relatively low cell site antenna height. The cell site antenna is very low, then the reflection coefficient will be minus 1. Then the power received at the mobile unit is P naught 4 pi d by lambda whole square sin square delta phi by. Okay. So you know delta d is nothing but the path difference. Okay. Delta phi is the phase difference. Okay, I have to remember these things. And distance, there will be two distances. Okay. One is with respect to direct wave, this distance. Okay, with respect to the direct wave antenna. Okay. So h1 minus h2. So one is with respect to the mobile unit. Okay. One is with respect to mobile unit, considering the angle. One is the, or you can simply say one is with respect to direct wave, one is with respect to the reflected wave, right? So one is h1 minus h2, other one is h1 plus h2. Same is given here. One is representing h1 plus h2, and the other one is h1 minus h2. So because delta D is smaller than either B1 or B2, so phase difference is given by 2 pi by lambda to h1 h2 by d. Right? Next. So the received power becomes, okay, by doing this analysis, the received power becomes P naught lambda square by 4 pi square d square sin square 4 pi h1 h2 by lambda. Right? So if the phase angle phi is less than 0.6 radians, okay, then it will become, then the received power of the mobile unit becomes, okay, P naught, here P naught is the transmitted power, P naught into h1 h2 by d square whole square. So by this we will deduce two equations, okay. One is with respect to delta P, power difference, okay. Second one is with respect to gain, okay. 40 log d1 by d2, delta P equal to 40 log d1 by d2. So here delta P is nothing but the power difference and delta G is nothing but the gain, right? So delta P equal to 40 log d1 by, you have to remember this concept, for delta P equal to 40 log d1 by d2 and delta G equal to 20 log h1 dash by h1. Okay. So delta G dash, okay, that is, it is the antenna gain of 3 dB per octane and delta G of 6 dB per octane. Okay, that is the difference between these things. Delta G of the antenna height gain of 6 dB per octane and this is of 3 dB per octane. So that is about, this is about phase difference between direct and reflected path. Okay, so this topic is completed. Next one is straight line path loss law. Okay, straight line path loss. You know that as we move away from the cell site antenna, okay, the power decreases. So the path loss scores are obtained from many different runs at many different. So with respect to areas, maybe urban area, maybe suburban area, okay, the path loss score varies. Okay. So in this experimental data, the path loss derivation is 8 dB across the distance from 1.6 to 15 dB. Okay, we know that 8 dB is the standard deviation. So the path loss deviation is 8 dB is given here. Within a distance of 1.6 to 15 kilometers, that is up to 1 to 10 miles. So figure 4.5 depicts that the path loss curve is gamma. The received power can be expressed as, okay, here, if you are taking some area of range of 1 to 10 miles, okay, and taking the path loss deviation as 8 dB, here the received power is given by, PR equal to P naught minus gamma log of R by R. Okay. So the probability that 50% of measured data are equal to or below the given level. So here with respect to this equation, okay, the probability that 50% of the measured data is equal to or below the given level is given by, the probability equation is given by P of x greater than C equal to, okay, integral of C to C is equal to confidence, how confident we are, okay, to get the 50% efficiency. So 1 by root of 2 pi sigma e power minus x minus ca whole square by 2 sigma square dx, which is equal to 50%. Okay. Anyway, this prediction, okay, this is the path loss curve as we move away from the transmitting antenna within the range of from 1 mile. Here it is taken from 1 mile, from 1 mile to 10 miles. What is the path loss slope we are obtaining, and what is the mean level? Okay, here A is the mean level. Here capital S is said to be the mean level obtained along the path loss curve. Okay, which is given by A equal to P naught minus gamma of log R1 by R0. Okay, R1 by R0 are nothing but the distances. Okay. So here level A corresponds to distance R1. If level A increases, the confidence level increases. Confidence means the percentage. Okay, the probability. So, which is given by Px greater than C. C is the confidence, that is equal to P of x minus A sigma greater than or equal to B. And here is the table with respect to the probability. Whatever we are expecting the probability with respect to what is the confidence level we are obtaining. Okay, just go through this table. Okay, here we have taken 50% in our example. So, with the 50% we have obtained A. Right, this is what we have taken. Next, an example is given. Next, what is the general formula? The second topic completed, and for the third topic of the today's class, what is the general formula for the mobile? Okay. You know these things we have already derived here. Here we are only interested in a general propagation path loss formula in a general mobile radio environment, which could be a suburban area. Here we are taking an example of a suburban area. In a suburban area, what is the general formula for a mobile? These things we know delta G, okay, for a 6 dB per octane. Previously, only we have discussed, that is 20 log H1 dash by H1, and this is with respect to 3 dB per octane, that is delta G dash equal to 10 log H2 dash by H2. So, this equation also we know PR equal to P naught of P naught minus gamma log R by R naught. Okay, previously in the path law scope we have represented this formula. So, by using these things, with respect to a propagation path loss 40 dB, okay, we are framing this equation PR equal to PT minus 40 minus 61.7 minus 38.4 log R1 by 1 mile intercept plus 20 log H1 by 100 feet plus 10 log H2 by 10 feet plus G suffix T with respect to transmitting minus 6 plus GM. We have to obtain this equation. Next, by simplification, we get the equation 4.2.18. Next, where P suffix T is in decibels, about 1 milliwatts, and R1 is the distance, is in miles. H1, H2 are in height with respect to in feet, and GT and GM are in with respect to decibels. Okay, and this is the analysis, or this is the equation for the mobile, okay, in a suburban area. And at last, we will get the most general formula expressed as follows. That is, finalized one is P suffix R equal to PT minus K minus gamma log R1 plus 20 log H1 plus 10 log H2 plus G suffix T plus G suffix M. Okay. This is the obtained formula. Next, coming to the last topic of today's video lecture, that is propagation over water and flat open area. Okay. So anyway, propagation over water or flat open area is becoming a big concern, because it is very easy to interfere with other cells if we do not make the correct arrangements. What is going to interfere? The signal. Okay? The propagation over water may be different with respect to the land surfaces. So with respect to the interference occurring or the signal decrease in the signal strength, we have to make the necessary arrangements. So interference resulting from propagation of the water can be controlled if we know the cause. So if we know the reason, okay, we can make some necessary arrangements why the signal is being less. So as shown in the figure, okay, figure is here, don't worry. So as shown in the figure, since the two antennas, one at the cell side and other at the mobile unit, one at the cell side and other is the mobile unit. One is the cell side, this is the cell side antenna, other is at the mobile unit. As well as above sea level, two reflected points are generated. So two reflections are generated. What are these? One is first reflected wave. Okay, there are two reflections generated with respect to figure. One is the first reflected wave reaching the mobile antenna. Okay, second one is the second reflected wave reaching the mobile antenna, and the third one is also there, which is a direct wave reaching directly the respective mobile unit antenna. So the one reflected from the ground is close to the mobile unit, and the other reflected from the water is away from the mobile unit. So we recall that the only reflected wave we considered in the land mobile propagation is the one reflection point which is always very close to the mobile unit. Okay. So by analyzing this figure, okay, the point-to-point transmission between two fixed stations. Here we have considered that the mobile unit is moving. Okay, mobile unit is moving. Here we are representing over water propagation when the two stations are fixed. Okay, when there are fixed stations. So that's why I have highlighted fixed stations. The point-to-point transmission between the fixed stations over the water or flat open land can be estimated as follows. Okay. So the received power PR can be expressed as. Okay. So here also we are taking directly the derived equation, that is PR equal to Pt of 1 by 4 pi d by lambda whole square 1 plus a suffix v e power minus j phi v, okay, exponential of j delta phi cos square. Okay. Representing Pt as transmitting power, distance, wavelength, okay, and AV reference a suffix v represents the reflection coefficient, okay, and the phase, right? So we know that delta phi is the phase difference and delta d is the path difference. Okay. So with respect to the direct wave and the reflected wave, so P naught, okay, is given by these things. So Pt, previously we have derived Pt equal to P naught of 4 pi d by lambda square. So here we have P naught equal to Pt by 4 pi d by lambda square. So there are two fixed antennas here, and this represents the reflected wave. So with respect to the two fixed stations, we are representing these equations, okay, about the incident angle, about the reflection coefficient, okay, and at last what the equation is going to become, that is P suffix r equal to P naught 2 minus 2 cos delta phi. Okay. Next, what about the heights? Okay. So by representing this figure, we have to take part with respect to the equation analysis. That is h2 dash equal to h2 plus capital H2. Okay, where you know that small h1 and h2 are the actual heights of the antenna. Okay, and capital H1 and h2 are the height of the hill. Okay, and this is the difference. Okay, the difference in distance is given by delta d equal to, okay, root of h1 dash plus h2 dash whole square plus d square minus root of h1 dash minus h2 dash whole square plus d square. And finally, phase difference, the equation delta phi becomes 4 pi h1 dash h2 dash by lambda. Okay. So what are the conditions with respect to the transmitted power and the received power with respect to the phase difference? Okay. So these are the conditions about when the received power is less and the power received in free space. These are the conditions given, and the received power is less than P naught and PR is equal to 0. What are the equations we are going to derive? When PR equal to P naught, what is the equations we are going to derive? Okay. When PR is greater than P naught, what is the conditions? And when the PR is equal to 4 P naught, what are the conditions? Or what are the result we will get in the equation analysis? These are the points. So next, we have discussed about over the water propagation from a fixed to the moving mobile unit from between the fixed stations. Okay, in between the water, some water bed will be there. Between the two fixed stations we have discussed. Now we are discussing about land to mobile transmission over water. Land to mobile transmission. As same with respect to the first thing we have discussed. There are always two equal strength reflected waves, one from the water and one from the proximity of the mobile unit. Okay, from fixed station, from the cell site antenna to over the water to a mobile unit we can reach, and again from a mobile unit to over water con respect to cell site antenna we have to go to the signal. So therefore the reflected power of the two reflected waves can reach the mobile unit without noticeable attenuation, which is given by, here is also some equation analysis is there. At last we will get P suffix r equal to Pt by 4 pi d by lambda whole square 1 plus delta phi 1 plus delta phi 2 whole square, and in the practical cases we used to get as P suffix r equal to Pt by 4 pi d by lambda whole square. Okay. So these are the things we have discussed in this class. Mainly, most of these topics, these 4 topics, there is phase difference between direct and reflected path, straight line path loss slope, general formula for mobile, propagation over water and flat open area. Okay. Okay, we have discussed about mainly about the equations only. Okay, what are the equations we are getting? What are the transmitted power? What is the received power? What is the path difference? What is the phase difference? What is with respect to? We have represented some figures. We have discussed about the height of the antenna, height of the hill, capital H. Okay. Next, with respect to the propagation path loss in the suburban area, with respect to the second topic. What is the general formula for mobile depending upon these factors? And next about propagation of water between two fixed stations, and one station is fixed and one station in mobility. And in the same way, from the cell site to mobile unit, we have discussed. And again in the reverse also, in the forward voice channel and the reverse voice channel. Reverse is from mobile unit to cell site antenna also, we have discussed in this class. Okay. In the next class, we will discuss about these three topics. Next class we will discuss about these three topics. That is near and long distance propagation, antenna height A, and form of point to point model. Okay, what are those? Near and long distance propagation, antenna height A, and form of a point to point model. We will discuss these topics in next class, and by completing these three topics, we will put an end to Unit 3. Thank you.